Ed talked me into downloading Plenty of Fish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a match right up front with this. Yeah, about 35 with a couple kids. Kind of hefty, blonde, with the crucifix, all three crosses tattooed on her chest, right? Like tattooed on her tits, and so I go to her profile and it's got religion listed and all this stuff. So she messaged me first, right? She's messaged me out of the blue. So hey there with a smiley face. So I said, hey there. I see that you're religious on your profile. Is that important to you? And she goes, yes, I have a close relationship with God. And I said, that makes sense. I'd have to be really close to someone before I got them tattooed on my tits. She hasn't responded, Dave.
Oh, God, dude. Crawling on a dating site.
Am I doing it right?
That's pimping it out. Right? You're pimping it out, dude. Yeah. That's awesome.
Okay, guys, quick editor's notes before we get too deep into this one. This was a section of a larger episode. We kind of got caught up talking about a change in the Newfoundland flag, the coat of arms, to be specific, for almost an hour. And it just wasn't that interesting of a conversation. We have a backlog of stuff coming out, so we're just going to release this one segment about a TedX talk that recently came out of Germany, and we'll have a new episode, a full episode out real soon.
Hey, you fucks, this Everyone's Wrong. I'm Dave, a.k.a. the Great White North.
I am Master Chief Sergeant of the Space Force, Dustin Dark.
Is that it? Are you done?
The few, the proud, the weightless. Yeah, now I'm done.
The oxygen deprived.
Yeah. Well, I figured that'd be the easiest diet, is to just go to space.
And then come back with less bone density?
No. Then I fucking lose 200 pounds overnight, dude. Just bam, gone.
But you're still the same size.
Hey, stop.
Okay, all right.
I didn't say get in shape, you fuck.
All right. Sorry.
And I'm Ed, the single noob.
Ooh, single noob.
Still
but the single noob, that's like fucking slanging dick on fucking Plenty of Fish, aren't you? He's fucking trolling with his rod, Dustin.
Oh, dude, he is patrolling all the thoughts, keeping them in line. Yeah. I hear there is not a single lady left unturned on the rock. Which is kind of disgusting, Ed.
Sorry.
I hope you're wrapping it up.
Listen, a guy has to do what a guy has to do.
Yeah, but I heard that it's not just women.
Yeah, no, I did get one message from a transgender gentleman, or woman, sorry. Yes.
Oh, God, I didn't hear that. Okay. How'd it go?
Ed, tell Dustin what the opening line from this individual was.
Would you like a blowjob? And I'm like going, no.
No, you actually would, just not from them.
Yes.
Yeah. Because who doesn't want a fucking blowjob? Right, Brooke?
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. All right. How was your week, Dave?
My week was fucking awesome. Finally got some shit caught up at work. All good now. No more fucking stress. Yeah. Just
wasn't there some sort of conflict that you?
That was I wasn't gonna do that yet, but I'll do it. All right. So last Saturday, I took Parker to a birthday party, and on our way back, pulling into our or a lot, and he says, those people are fighting. And I look over and there's a guy beating the shit out of a woman.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm like, fuck. So, like, I stopped there and I got out and he ran across the street. So I got back to my truck and then he came back as I was pulling into my stop and started giving her the boots again. So I fucking put Parker on the front door and I went over there and I'm like, hey, and he's like, fucking, fuck you. What do you want? You know, the whole, like, usual fucking tough guy shit. So I started scrapping him. I fucking punched him out on the fucking sidewalk. The chick runs away. Parker starts fucking screaming. So Tracy comes outside and she's like, David, you get back here. So I go back home. I come in the house and she's cleaning our clean house. Like, I mean, she's fucking sweeping the floor. She's going to fucking town.
You have a good woman, Dave.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, the cops are coming. I don't want them to see our fucking messy house. I'm like, it's clean. What the fuck? And she's like, no, they're going to come. And I'm like, the cops aren't coming, Tracy. And she's like, they're going to call the cops. And with your history, you're going to be arrested. I was like, when you're beating up your wife or girlfriend or whatever, if you get your ass kicked, you don't and then call the cops. You just beat somebody up yourself.
Now she might. That would be the only concern.
She might.
Yeah.
Yes. She ran away.
And do you have any idea what the conflict was over?
He was screaming, "You fucked a ninja."
So the guy's very clearly biased against Asians. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he has some
of the dark-skinned kind.
The large penis, dark-skinned
yes.
type. Okay, gotcha.
And, at first I didn't want to believe him, but she was white and a little bit overweight.
Oh, shit. That was the best part of that whole story. Thank you, sir.
Anyways, and I thought it was a good lesson for my son to learn. Because Tracy's like, why don't you call the cops? And I'm like, so they can show up 25, 30 minutes later and she's fucking toothless on the sidewalk. If you know you can stop something, you stop it.
Hey honey, did you hear the story about my warrant last week?
Yeah, she knew about that.
Yeah, so did you just ask me why I didn't call the police to my house?
Yes. Yes.
You know what you don't want? You don't want your local police to know that the guy that lives at X and X and X Street was a piece of shit 20 years ago. Like that's not what you want in your neighborhood. Like they will pull you over every chance they get, you know? It is of your best interest to never have the police on your property.
For sure.
Yeah. And plus the dude deserved it.
Oh yeah, he
deserved it for sure. And then and she's like, my dad would never do that. And I'm like, oh yeah, every dad would do that. So I called her dad. And he's like, yeah, I do that.
Dude. A fucking coward. That's what he was.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, even if it's true, like, and I'm fucking around, like, saying she's overweight. Well, she was overweight. I'm not fucking around about that part. She was chunky. But I'm fucking around about the part that, she must have fucked a black guy because she's white and overweight. Even if it's true, you still, like, just break up. You just break up.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck, that's the maneuver. Especially, like when I was younger, I used to see it a lot more. Like, I guess I grew up in kind of not the same type of neighborhood that I live in now, but when I was a kid, I used to see violence towards women all the time. Growing up in a poor lower class area, you'd see it all the time, and I was shocked. Like, it's like right in my, probably 150 feet from my house. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and to see let your son, your son saw it too.
Yeah, so that's the lesson that I wanted him to learn is that when you see a woman being beaten, you stop it. Like, even if you don't take it as far as I did, like, even if you're not a skilled fighter or whatever, you stop it. You go over there, you're like, what the fuck you doing? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's total bullshit. Anyways, yeah.
So you knocked him out?
Yeah. Let's just say he was not as tough when it came to a guy.
They never are, Dave. They never are.
Well, when he was a lot bigger than me, and when you start pleading for somebody to stop hitting you, it's like, you're a bitch. His woman took it better.
Stop. Damn, snap. Wow.
Well, it's the truth.
Oh, well, she's just getting practice in.
Yeah.
No, see, that was the bad joke. That was the bad joke. You guys catch it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna edit that one out. Snip.
All right, and Dustin.
Pretty uneventful week, I'd say. My motorcycle sprung a leak in the gas line. I've ordered a new one. I'm gonna replace it, in a few days when it comes in. I expect some small shit like that's gonna go on. Just dry rot. It had a leak when I cleaned out the gas tank and I trimmed the line and put it back on, and it sprung another leak, and I figured, just go ahead and replace it.
Yeah, get a new line.
It's clearly dry rotted. And
yeah.
I just filled the gas tank, so it's got full pressure on the line, and it's like 95 degrees outside, hot motorcycle. It just blew the line. So yeah, that's it. Staying out of trouble. Trying not to.
So you're on four wheels right now.
I am back in the Mini Cooper. Yeah.
But you know what the one thing about the Mini Cooper is?
What's that?
It's got air conditioning.
Yes, although, when it's 95 out and you're only driving like 3 miles to work, 2 miles to work, really the most comfortable ride is just rolling down the windows, to be honest.
Yeah.
And like, if you think, picture a Mini Cooper in your head, it is solid glass pretty much all the way around. It's got a double sunroof. It's hatchback, full glass on the back windows.
Yeah, so your commute is not, because I've shown you guys pictures of how I have to get out of my fucking suburb to get into the city to go to work in the morning, is how it's like fucking cramped. So you're not dealing with that shit.
No, man, I get to work within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even get out of my neighborhood in 10 minutes.
Well,
I'm still on my fucking, you guys have seen that shit. It's like bumper to bumper for a mile.
I work in my neighborhood, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Look, I can get there in 5 minutes if I'm going in at like 6:30, like I am tomorrow. Particularly on the motorcycle,
wow.
I can get there in 5 minutes, easy. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, dude.
Alrighty.
The South has a lot of benefits. A lot of people don't understand, man. It is not as congested as the rest of the country. More people live in Los Angeles than live in Dixie.
More people live in Los Angeles than Canada.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And it's like Canada, the U.S. could fit in Canada twice. Never mind California.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyways, all right. We're going to take a break, and then we'll start the show.
Yeah, I never had a fucking week at all, guys. Fuck you.
We talked about you already.
Chasing your pussy. Fucking. What else you got going on, Ned?
Nothing, dude.
No, fuck you. You give a fucking story now.
Now you tell a fucking story or you go fuck yourself.
And it better be amusing, goddammit.
I don't have any stories. I'm just fucking around.
Performance anxiety. Look, you really got to get better if you're going to be, if you're going to be in today's dating world. You got to get over the performance anxiety.
I do. Yeah, I have to take a couple pills, I think. I am 40 after all.
Oh, man, look, I look forward to the day that my dick dies and I am finally a free man to make my own decisions. Fuck, a doctor offers me a pill, I'm going to stab him. Fuck, ain't putting me back in.
Might as well be dead. When was the last time you saw it?
1994. No, I'm just kidding. This morning. Come on, I have mirrors. That was mean, Dave. Ouch.
Come on, I thought we were playing around here.
I have you know that my dick is larger than my stomach. That is a basic rule.
I believe you. Okay. You are mixed after all.
All right.
If you were a newfie, I wouldn't believe you.
Oh, well, they're too Irish. They're way too Irish, and it's so cold. I'm surprised blood gets anywhere.
I got up to 22 degrees today. We're doing good.
You're like fainting.
Yeah, that's hot enough for me. Fucking any more than that, I'm sweating like a bastard.
Jesus Christ! You better if Dustin and I make our way out there next spring or summer, you guys better turn the fucking heat up.
I would suggest you come in summer, not in fucking spring. Just FYI.
Or maybe I'll have to transplant you to Ontario. Yeah. And then Dustin doesn't have to go that far.
Yeah, true enough. That'd be.
Oh my
probably.
God. 22 Celsius is 71 degrees Fahrenheit, gentlemen. That's
Yes, I know.
also known as room temperature.
Yes, I know, Dustin.
Room temperature.
He asked me what it was here today. I'm like 37. He's like, it was 22.
Dude, it's getting hot here.
Well, it's been today was 35 here Celsius.
Yeah, so we're basically kicking around the same temperature, Dustin. And he's like, it's hot. It's 22.
Dude, I've been wearing shorts for a month when it's 15.
Yeah, me too. But that's so that I don't literally make ball soup.
And there's this little thing that the rest of the country and the U.S. suffers from. It's called SWAS. Do you know what SWAS is?
No.
Sweaty ass syndrome.
Oh, dude, it's so real. I was telling him about this. Look, wise men cover their asshole and their gooch with baby powder before they go into the world. It's that important. Now me, I just come home with chafed nuts and asshole all the time, dude. It's fucking horrible. It is the worst shit. Like you just walking bow-legged like you've been riding horses all day. It's just your own sore asshole.
when you hit 40, Ed, you better shower 2 or 3 times a day.
I shower twice every day because you wake up sweaty. It doesn't matter. Like the house might be like a fair temperature. It's still like just kind of muggy. It's always just kind of sticky. It's
No, dude, I would die in that kind of temperature. I would just fucking die. I lived in California for 2 years and was just as well. Like the winters I could handle. The rest of the year it's like too fucking hot. Like I die.
Oh, it's dry, but it's dry though.
Yeah, here it's humid. Like fuck.
No.
We should really get into the show.
Yes,
we have 15 minutes of sex jokes and weather talk.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right.
Sorry, I'm a little cut up, guys.
That's all right, buddy.
All right, we're back from the break, and in this segment, it's a fucking mystery. Dustin has a video for us.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see you guys' honest reaction to this. It is a TedX talk that is from the University of Würzburg, which is one of the largest universities in Germany. And it is by a nice German lady. It's in English, and of course, remember that TedX is not exactly the same as TED Talk. It's a little more independent. Everything is approved by them though. And this went up and was taken down, the next day. They caught a little bit of flack about it. But remember that their motto is ideas worth spreading.
Okay.
Ideas worth spreading. So, and notice this nice long pregnant pause after the lady walks out. Just standing there.
Let me tell you about Jonas. Jonas is 19 years old. He studies law in Munich. In his spare time, he likes to play soccer. Jonas has a secret which he thinks he cannot share with anyone, not even with his best friend or with his parents. He's just too afraid of anger, rejection, and repulsion. Jonas knows that he has to suppress his sexual drive for his entire life. And he also knows that there will never be a loving and fulfilling partnership that he can enter. Because Jonas is a pedophile.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Okay, this already's gone south for me. Fuck this bitch. I'm sorry.
Now, and I just want to point out that the tactic here, and it's not a lot. It's not often that I have flashbacks to high school, you know. But I was, I went to a very conservative Christian high school, and I remember my principal, Mike Harrison, saying, "Far leftists always lead their arguments with an emotional plea. They're going to tell you a story about people, but they love each other, and don't they deserve it, and what's wrong with love, and that's always their approach. And you're 15 and you don't give a fuck about any of this, and you roll your eyes, and here I am 15 years later, and I'm like, that cocksucker, that Jim Jones looking motherfucker was dead on. So let's hear the argument out, gentlemen. This is an idea worth spreading, yes?
No, it's not.
He's only attracted to female children between the ages of 6 and 12 years.
Okay, go fuck himself right now. Put him in a blender.
Since he's
Fuck him.
aware of the consequences for the children, he has never given in to his sexual drive. What is pedophilia?
Does that, like, to what extent does that matter to you, gentlemen?
I have 2 children. I have 2 daughters. He came after either one of my children, I'd slit his throat.
What she just said was that he has never acted on these desires. Okay? And what that means to me is that, we should probably imprison him before he has a good chance. Like, if he's just tortured by it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Maybe we should do him the favor and remove the temptation. Poor guy. I feel so bad for him.
Go ahead.
And what is it not? In the ICD-10, the International Classification System for Illnesses, pedophilia is coded as the sexual preference for pre-adolescent children. It is listed under the sexual disorders. Whether the persistent occurrence of sexual thoughts and feelings for pre-adolescent children have been acted upon or not is not relevant to the diagnosis. Like every other sexual orientation, pedophilia can have different characteristics. For example, it can be heterosexual, it can be homosexual, bisexual. Some pedophiles are exclusively attracted to children. Others are not exclusively attracted to children, but they're also sexually interested in adults. But their main sexual interest lies within children. Only if this main sexual interest is given, we talk about pedophilia. The vast majority of all pedophiles.
Go on.
I don't understand what's her fucking point? Pedophiles suck.
Okay. What she's trying to do here is divide. You know, we just say pedophiles, bad guy. Okay, this is her agenda, or whoever's paying her to give this speech. Maybe it's her. I don't fucking care who this woman is. So, not all pedophiles are the same. Okay, there are offending and there are non-offending, and the offending are clearly worse. And there are those that are exclusively interested in children, and there are those that have interest in adults. Primarily in children second, children primarily, adults second. The point she is going to make, and she is going to drop this term soon, is that it is a sexual orientation.
She already dropped that. And
okay, she did. So, like, there has been, and I never know how seriously to take it because, 4chan's brilliant at trolling, right? But there has been people pushing and blogs to move pedophilia into the LGBTQIA, RCLNEPQ.
But doesn't she see that she's giving legitimacy to these?
That's what she wants.
Sickos.
That's what she wants, man.
She wants to make it mainstream.
So she's a pedophile.
She is at very least sympathetic to them.
No.
I would say based on her body language, and if you listen closely, like her voice cracked when talking about primarily children, but adults secondarily. Her voice cracked in a way that I feel like is very telling. If you watch the video, she's standing dead in place, stiff as a fucking board, only speaking with her hands. Like just armchair psychologizing, from 5,000 miles away or whatever. I would imagine this woman's a victim.
Okay.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I saw this and
it blew
my cock-sucking mind. But the goal is orientation. By the way, the name of this that I didn't give you is pedophilia is a natural sexual orientation. That's the name of the fucking TED Talk.
All right.
A man. About 99%. Within the male population, 1 to 2% are considered to be pedophiles. This translates to about 60 million people worldwide. This is as much as the population of Italy.
On an island?
Africa.
Put them on it.
Therefore, pedophilia is not an irrelevant phenomenon we can't simply ignore. Chances every one of you knows at least one pedophile are higher than that you don't know anyone.
Now, you hear the LGBTQ community openly talk about how coming out of the closet and realizing that you have a gay nephew, that you have a gay cousin, was one of the big things that helped normalize homosexuality and bring it to legalization in the presence.
Nobody's normalizing pedophilia.
That is the reason she just made the statement she made.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
Chances are you know a pedophile. Once again, they're trying to get you to put yourself in that person's shoes to elicit empathy for pedophiles. TedX.
Okay, the difference between that and homosexuality, besides the fact that it's between adults, is the fact that they're consenting. That the two both partners are able to consent. A child cannot consent. They do not have the brain capacity to even understand what's being put before them. That's the big difference. And it's not just an orientation. This is a fucking mental disorder. This is not something that, that is naturally. I don't give a shit what they say.
If a guy, his thing is raping women, and he only gets off on raping women, is that a sexual orientation?
Well,
or a serial killer who
hold on, Dave. We really need to make a distinction between men that only get off on raping people and men that primarily get off on consensual sex, but secondarily get off on rape, and then primarily get off on rape and secondarily get off like that. It seems like not all rapists are equal. Someone please kill me.
It's like they talk about serial killers that get off.
I'm done playing the video. We're 3 minutes into a 13-minute video.
Yeah.
If anyone at home wants to consider why we should invade Germany for a third time, the link is in the description.
So they say serial killers build up things, and so do pedophiles. So like a serial killer that gets off on cutting people will first go to a department store and cut leather coats. Then they may see a woman walking down the street and cut her purse string because it's leather, it's made of string, but it's attached to a person. Then they'll cut a person. Then eventually they'll work their way up to killing somebody, and that's how they get their sexual gratification. Is that a sexual orientation? No, it's not. It's a fucking psychosomatic disorder, you fucking dumb cunt. And so is wanting to fuck children, you fucking whore.
Okay, so studies show that pedophiles pretty much ubiquitously believe that their advances were reciprocated. Mm-hmm. Pretty much always. You see, so here's the thing: has anyone ever really thought they were having a connection with someone? Like you see him and you flirt, you're pretty sure there's something going on, and then you try to do your thing, and it was a miscommunication and you get shot down, right? Mm-hmm. It's happened to all of us, right? Yeah. Children don't know how to shoot you down.
Yes.
You understand?
Or don't know that they can even.
Right. So this person believes that the child wants it. The child doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Ever.
Okay? That's the fucking difference. Like, we hide it in nice language like consent. Let's be very clear here. The pedophile assumes in the mind, just like we think the person is into us. They think the person is into them, except that person does not know how to stop the act, does not understand the act. That is why it is wrong. That is why, even if it is an orientation, I don't give a fuck. Okay? That is why they cannot be free.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But here's the thing though, Dustin. In a different way than the way that we as non-scumbag fuckers pick up women or, flirt, they groom. So they know what the fuck they're doing is wrong. They hide it. They creep around. They threaten the children afterwards. They know what they're doing is wrong.
And like, let's put it this way. If some person came to your child, Dave, and was better.
Yeah.
I don't care if it is an orientation or not. They come after my child, I'm going to, that person's not going to.
I may kill that bitch on the video just out of fucking.
Okay, cut that.
You fuck my child, I'll kill you too. Like.
That may not make it. We'll see.
I don't give a fuck. No, I hope that does make it because it's such a ridiculous fucking video to like seriously, if there is anybody that has ever needed a slap back into reality,
the sad
that
part,
is that stupid bitch on the video.
But the sad part is there are a number of YouTube channels dedicated to this.
Oh. I'm glad I'm old and don't watch as much YouTube as YouTube because Jesus fucking Christ.
Dave, there's Twitter accounts, there's Facebook groups, there's fucking,
Reddit.
Tumblr accounts and Reddits and everything. There is a growing pedophile community that believes that if they're not offending, they're not doing anything wrong.
So where do I find these people?
Mostly behind screen names.
Yeah. So if they don't think that they're not doing anything wrong, then why are they hiding behind screen names?
The law would be their argument.
And social
Stigma,
yeah.
So they know it's wrong.
The poor pedophiles.
Poor people that want to fuck my children are, yeah.
Okay, here's one last conspiracy theory.
All right.
Or here's a conspiracy theory to tag on the end.
All right.
To me, it's not random that this is coming out of Germany with their growing Muslim population.
Die.
Sure.
You want to move on to the next segment?
No, that's fine. No.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Makes sense. I just this whole topic freaks me out. Like, we used to make fun of the preachers that used to say, "Oh, if you allow homosexuality to become mainstream, next thing you'll get bestiality and pedophilia." We used to make fun of them,
right?
And now you've seen this.
Instead, what you got was chopping off your dick and yada yada yada. That's what you got. And then next, at least some people, however small or large, too large either way, there is a movement, and it at least has enough clout to once again get through the censors of TED.
Thank
TED
God.
didn't set up this talk, right? But they did it. They did approve it and host it.
Yeah, well, thank God there's somebody out there sticking up for the pedophiles. Like, I don't know what we would have done if there wasn't some crazy German bitch out there sticking up for the goddamn pedophiles. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
What's scary is, do they not see the damage to, I would like to see, get them to see the damage that pedophiles do to children psychologically over the long term in their life. I mean, this is devastating to the growth of children, and there's a reason why it's against the law. It's not something it's not like it's just taboo. It is emotionally, mentally, and oftentimes physically damaging to children. And this is something that needs to be prevented.
I can't believe that no one in that audience,
didn't up Decker?
Caused some sort of disturbance.
Yeah, if I was there, I would have fucking freaked the fuck out.
Well, Dave Rubin can't fucking do a comedy routine without some fucking cunt shaking a jar with a penny in it, okay? And this lady gets a fucking pin drop quiet room. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I might pick up and throw my chair, and if it's attached to the ground, I'm gonna go outside, get my toolkit, and come back.
Where was this? In Germany?
It was in Germany. It was in Germany.
Well, they are into poop porn, so.
Okay, you know what? That is infinitely more acceptable, Dave.
Yes, that's true.
Infinitely more acceptable. Like, there is, like, I literally, necrophilia, bestiality, like, all the worst things are better than fucking the kids.
Witchcraft, fucking Trump.
You know what? I would rather Trump become our permanent president than have pedophilia normalized. Do you understand?
Yes, and it should never be classified as a sexual orientation.
No, it shouldn't.
It's a psychosomatic
sickness.
Problem. It's a sickness.
It is a sickness. It is an antisocial disorder. Okay? It is an affront to society, and it must be repressed.
Mm-hmm. If not eradicated.
Okay? Well, I'm not gonna advocate for the extermination.
I will,
but I will advocate for the imprisonment of all 60 million global pedophiles. I'll tell you what, we'll give you an island. It'll be real nice.
Wait until Dustin Dark has a woman and an old bun in the oven. Your opinion on that is going to change real quick. You'll be talking extermination.
I'm sure I will, Dave. I'm sure I will. Look, I fucking brought in this.
God damn. What? Like, I don't even. So here's the thing. It's like, why is she like, it doesn't even, like, is she trying to be like, is this okay, hang on one second. Let me, 1 second. Is she like, you have like the crazy shitlords that are super edgy and they're like, I'm so racist that I'm going to post this really fucking dumb joke about black people. Is she like that, but to the left wing? Like, she's like the edgy shitlord left winger?
I've never heard of this lady. Her name, the best I can pronounce it, Mirjam Heen, Mirjamheine. Mirjam Heine. Anyway,
is there a photo of her in the video?
Yeah.
What does she look like? She looks normal. It's kind of pretty. The fuck?
Yeah. Of course, I'm not gonna send out a fucking ogre, man.
Jesus Christ.
Look, this is carefully crafted. The atmosphere, all of this was selected very purposefully.
Do we know that there was an audience with her when she spoke? And that it wasn't just
audience. You see the audience.
What I'm saying is, are we seeing her in her own room and then spliced into that an audience?
No, man. No. She's on a stage.
So basically, she's talking to a room full of pedophiles.
Or people that here's the thing, man. If it's on the title, then I guess you're gonna at least have people coming there that are willing to hear her out. I don't think they dropped it on them like I did you.
Yeah, no, but
motherfucker.
Like, would you be like, hear me out for a second, okay? I have this argument. I've been working on it for a few fucking weeks now. Been going through my head. Pedophiles. Not that bad. Not that bad at all. Wait. Hear me out. Okay? Okay? I know they want to fuck your kids. I know you cannot trust them around your children. They probably whack off to the image of your kids, but they haven't touched your kids.
Have you,
that just makes me mad.
Are either one of you gentlemen familiar with YouTuber, shit?
No.
Yeah, hold on.
Yes, he's a pedophile.
Talk about the Asian guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The Japanese guy?
Amos Yee. That's it. Amos Yee. He was kind of semi-famous, anti-theist YouTuber. He did a little bit of time in the Philippines.
It's not the Philippines.
Whatever country he's from.
Yeah.
Whatever. He ended up in the United States. He ended up in the United States with asylum, I do believe.
Yeah. Singapore, I think it was.
That's it. Boom, Singapore. So he ends up moving here, and then he loses all the attention that he was getting, and he starts advocating for pedophiles. And he was eaten alive on YouTube, right? And you can see him. He had a couple of debates with your buddy. That was on Wayward.
Jeff Holiday?
Yep.
Yeah.
So he had a debate with Jeff Holiday. He had a debate with Count Dankula. Most people just think he's trolling. I think he's trolling, but he actually goes as far as to advocate for sex with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was not well accepted by the edgelords of YouTube.
And Logic, a guy who advocated for his free speech and for him not to be imprisoned in Singapore because of him speaking his mind, dissociated himself from him when he came to when he started this.
Well, if you're arguing for sex with children, you gotta kind of, like, obviously the guy's a pedophile. or a super troll?
No, I think he's a super troll. I think he wants the attention because, like Dustin said, he lost it when he came to the United States.
Okay, but what he's going to get is a black eye.
Yeah,
or worse.
Well, people have told him that what he's getting is the exact attention he doesn't want. Guys, I believe we have about an hour, 45 minutes of audio.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have to do Europe.
Yeah, we were going to talk about, I guess we'll tease maybe next week.
All right.
Maybe we will, maybe we won't talk about Europe banning
and memes.
And charging for posting links.
Yes.
You don't hear that one as often, do you?
And there's a documentary out that is about cleaning up offensive photos on the internet.
So next week we go to where internet goes to die.
That's the horror.
Which is apparently the neo-aristocracies of Europe. How happy are you guys that we shot him and sent him home? I'm real happy. Don't you guys wish you shot him and sent him home?
Well, either way, we got rid of him.
Fair enough. I'm glad that we shot them.
Okay, but here, hang on, and hear me out now.
Yeah, go on.
British people are not Europeans. They don't consider themselves Europeans. That's why they left the EU.
I agree with you.
They look down on Europeans.
I agree with you, and they're much more individualistic.
Individualist.
While Europeans tend to be a little more collectivist.
Even when they had a monarchy, they still had free speech.
Right. Although that's being encroached on now.
Yes, it is now. Big time now. It's a lot worse than that. Yes.
But tune in next week.
Tune in next week.
Your mom's a horror.
You've been listening to the Everyone's Wrong podcast. You can find us on our homepage at Spreaker.com/Everyone's Wrong. You can also find us on iTunes and YouTube by searching for Everyone's Wrong podcast, or you can listen to us on your podcast app of choice by importing our RSS feed. You can follow us on Facebook.com/Everyone's Wrong, or join our closed Facebook group by searching Facebook for Everyone's Wrong After Hours. You can tweet us at wrong_pod or email us at everyone'swrongpodcast@gmail.com.